Hi, Anna Carson here. How are you doing? So this is my second video of today. So it's the 17th of July, 2021. And it's been oh my goodness, we keep saying this, it's been a huge week, and it keeps getting more and more and more. Oh dear, I run out of words to say how full on this is. But yeah, this has been a particularly crazy week for me. I mean, I'm in Sydney, we're in lockdown, so but to be honest, that hasn't really, apart from obviously having the children at home, my husband's still working normally in his office, really. So yeah, we've been navigating that absolutely fine, to be honest. I'm not putting much pressure on any of that, but just from yeah, it's been a really interesting week. It started last Friday. So what's that, the 10th or the 9th it was. And the energy then, I don't know how anybody else found it, but I was really struggling with the energy that day. It was incredibly heavy. It was almost apocalyptic was what I was sensing. This, and that's very not, it's really not how I I'm very much aware of what's going on around the world. I definitely don't hide away from so much of the dark agendas and all of this sort of stuff. So I'm very much aware of that, but I have always been able to really keep the faith. I was told way back in, I think, April or May last year that we were, yes, it's going to be messy. We've got a long way. We've all got, it's all playing out, but energetically, kind of, if we call it, it's like the light has won. Like that was what I was told way, but over a year ago. And so I've really kept that faith. But last Friday, I was really getting quite apocalyptic, and I did a session just on the collective energy that day, because I knew it wasn't my own energy. I knew that I was tapping into the collective, and I also knew that they were they were running the cyber polygon that day as well, which was I don't know if you are aware of Event 201, which is when all the I don't even, there's a whole range of people that were meeting to run through what would happen if we had a pandemic. And that was Event 201, which happened in October, just before the virus got released. And we're running to plan, as it were. And so they were running a cyber thing, which they've often talked about, having a cyber attack, then this would be far, far worse than any pandemic or anything. And it would be a fast and brutal, kind of wake up call. And so they're running that. It's a very similar event. Where they run through what would happen, the impact on the world, the impact on supply chains, blah, blah, it goes on and on, because obviously it impacts everything. It impacts money, fuel, food, our ability to connect, all of this sort of stuff. So they were running that, and I felt that it was linked into that. It wasn't the whole thing. But one of the messages that I got that Friday was that things were going to have to speed up really quickly. It was just like, yeah, we're having to speed this up. And I've certainly felt that this week, really. I mean, I'm seeing it in the collective. We've got a lot of, we've got these polarities really, really being stretched. You've got people who are really absolutely convinced that you're taking the shot. Staying at home, locking yourselves away is the way forward. And really, absolutely, there is no doubt in their brain, like it is absolutely, this is the way that we need to sacrifice our freedoms and our health and our liberties and our jobs and our businesses and everything else for the greater good. And then you've got this other side, and we're seeing protests, we're seeing riots. We've got Greece rioting, we've got France, we've got Ireland, we've got South Africa. Was there somewhere else? So we've got a lot of people rising up at the moment as well, and it's happening. Cuba is a massive one at the moment. That was the other one. So they've actually had their power and internet cut off as well. So they're in real. There's huge amounts of stuff going on in Cuba that's not really going on none of this is coming into mainstream media at all. So we have, really, really stretching, but we're having this huge uprising happening as well. And so, yeah, just really, you're sensing all of that's going on, and we're seeing cracks starting to appear, as well in all of this. We've got, I think it was in BC, in Canada, nobody's announced this, but actually the courts decided that they couldn't have a state of emergency anymore. Somebody had taken it to court. And they were able to overthrow the state of emergency because there was no reason to have a state of emergency. This obviously hasn't been announced by the media. It hasn't been recognized by the government over there, but that is what's happening. So we're having a lot of these uprisings in various different ways, of cracks starting to appear. But it's speeding, it's fast. And so there's a lot of potentials at play. We really, we're in uncharted ground, 100% we're in uncharted ground. We don't know how this is going to play out. There are many, many potentials. If you're looking at, a lot of the alternative stuff, we've got the potential of a cyber attack. We've got a potential of vaccine passports. We've got a potential of the military coming in. We've got the potential of a fake alien invasion. There is all of these potentials sitting there. And it's almost like there's no definite timeline on this. There's no definite kind of, this is how it's going to play out. It really is kind of feels like it's all up in the air, and we're having to really react. But it's also knowing and holding this truth. And this is what I really, really want to reiterate, holding the truth that we are seeing all of this because we hold so much light, because we hold so much, this is and I've said this time and time again, and I will keep saying it, we hold so much light on this planet. We individually can hold so much more light than we have ever been able to hold, and this is why we can see it. This is why we can understand the agendas. We can see what's going on so clearly, is because we hold so much light and we can understand it. And therefore, understanding that this is the playing out of something. So what happens in things happen energetically first, and then it takes a while for the physical realm to catch up. And this is what's happening. Energetically, we have so much light on this planet. That I don't like, because I was going to say the light has won, but that really it plays into that duality, and I really want to try and move away from that, but I can't think of any other way to express it at the moment. But really know that we are heading into the light. So if we're on the spectrum of light and dark, and yes, we're sitting and we're really seeing this dark side of things playing out, but that's because we have so much light. So if we see it as a spectrum, we are moving towards the light. We are moving towards being able to bring all of that forward. So really holding that close to you, really holding that as the truth, so that you can see what's happening and not get completely freaked out about it. And I really, it's, and if you're being freaked out about it, that's also, it's completely understandable. And, I'm going through it as well, but work on it. Look at that, say, what is coming up for me? How can I help myself navigate it and come back into my truth? Because remember, the truth, each of us have a different truth. Each of us are being guided in a different way. Each of us have our own path with this, our own experience of this, our own understanding of this. We are here to bring forward very different things, very different understandings, very different roles. And so the truth is only your truth. And so this is why we always have to come back to what is here. What am I being guided to do? What am I being told to do? Because if you watch the video I've just done about mycelium, and you kind of the truth that's held in the movies, it's understanding that we are connected to absolutely everything. Plants, trees, the universe, the Mother Earth, everything. And so we have our own unique light. We have our own unique energy, which is then, which then travels around this network. But we have our own unique role. What is it that we do? We have that own unique role, and so that is why, it's just constantly come back to yourself. What is it that you are here to do? What is it that you are here to be guided? And it doesn't mean like you've got this huge big mission. Some people do, some people don't. It might be that you're here to bring through a beautiful being of light, and that is your role. That is perfect. There's no, we all have different things to do. And know that we are also existing in such a multi-dimensional way at the moment. And this is one of the reasons why it has been, for me, so intense, is because I've literally felt that I've been living in two different realms at the same time. And it's been quite confusing, to say the least. My concept of time has been, it's always a little bit confused, but it's been absolutely all over the place. I'm really seeing that, something that can take 2 years on this planet in another realm takes 2 minutes. And I feel like I've been oscillating between the two. I've been seeing things from different realms. I have been sensing things. I've been having some form of kind of predictions that I don't even know whether they're from this realm or not. I've really been understanding this multi-dimensional living, and trying to navigate it and not making complete sense of it, but just really, I've done that a lot in client sessions, but it hasn't so much kind of existed in my day-to-day life with my kids and all of that, but it's really kind of moved into that this week. And you're seeing that when we are doing things, not just in client sessions, but especially, it does 100% happen in client sessions, but even just generally, we are doing things at multi-dimensionally, like these things are happening in different places, different realms, different things are going on at the same time, simultaneously. Like, it's really, we're really moving into that. And obviously not every, we're all on different, journeys of that. Some people have been living like that for a while. Other people, aren't anywhere near that. There's no hierarchy. It's, as I said, we're all on our individual journeys. We're all here to be doing different things, anchoring different things in. And so, but it's, for me, it has been really, you're quite clear, this kind of multi-dimensional way of being and understanding how things are working, you're at the same time in different ways. So it's really it's been an interesting time, and but so so incredibly powerful as well, and really understanding that as long as we are following the guidance that we're getting, and to be honest, sometimes it doesn't make sense, and that's certainly what I've been getting this week. It's not making sense, but I'm still following it, even though I'm like, are you sure? This isn't making complete sense. But I was just like, no, I'm going to do it because that is the only truth that I have. And so, and also just, in hindsight, or, knowing that I have been so impeccably guided, from selling my house to buying this one, to living here, to, all the times that I've been called into meditation or to be doing certain things, and it's all worked out, perfectly, even though it might not be the way I expected it to. It's all worked out perfectly. I've always been, in hindsight, been able to see, that's why I was guided to do, that's why I was guided to do that. So for me, it is the only truth that I have. It's only when my mind is coming in that I start to doubt it. But I get to the point now, I've got to the point now that I can't actually not follow my guidance. I might kick and scream a little bit for a while, and I might procrastinate for a little bit, but at the end of the day, I do actually always have to follow my guidance. I can't not. It's such an uncomfortable feeling for me, if I don't follow it. So knowing that, sometimes it isn't going to make complete. I've just seen my things under there. Hopefully you've been able to see, to listen to me. It doesn't always make complete sense at the time, but often in hindsight it does. So yeah, I've been following my guidance, and like I say, this is where our truth is. So always follow your guidance, and allow that to be, what helps you to navigate all of this, because it really is. It's, we don't know, like that. That's what I was saying. We don't know the impact that we're having. We don't know at the level. We might think, oh, I'm just doing this at the human level, but we don't really know. And there's some of these, some of the conversations that I've been having, and some of the understandings, and the really, I've had some huge kind of realizations about the planet and about humanity this week. And as I'm doing it, I feel the charge, dissipating. And I don't understand whether that's just the charge from myself, the charge from the collective, the charge I don't know. And it's just, again, trusting. I am doing as this, this individual node in this mycelium network. I'm doing what I'm being guided to do, and I don't know the full impact of that. And this is why, like I said, it's so important to trust, because we don't know. It could be that it has a massive, massive impact. It could just be a very small impact. I don't know, but I just know that it's having an impact. And if it's having an impact on me, then because of this network that we are part of, it is having an impact on the collective at some level. So, yeah. There's so much in this week has just been crazy. I think I'll probably do another video on one of the other one of the biggest realizations I've had, because this feels like such a key to what's going on at the moment. But yeah, really, as I've always said, take really good care of yourself. Know that you're not going crazy. I know I've had a couple of days this week going, I think I might be going crazy. I think I maybe need to be admitted to a psychiatric hospital. I mean, not seriously, but you can really see. I mean, if some people, I can imagine that A&E is probably pretty crazy at the moment. Certainly wouldn't like to be working there, that's for sure. But knowing I've 100% been doubting myself, doubting what's been coming through. Thinking I might be slightly crazy. I think I am slightly crazy, but in a good way. But really, just keep coming back to truth, sharing with the people who are on that same resonance with you, talking about it. There's so many mirrorings going on, or other people experiencing or things, or going, oh well, yeah, but I got that, and that's linked to what you've done, and this is, and okay, then you can all right, it's not just me, really start to reach out to your people who are on the similar wavelength, who are seeing things or understanding things in the same way, because this is where we gain our strength from. This is where we really, wow, this wind is crazy today. This is where we're really understanding that we're working together. Like I've got a piece, you've got a piece, this other person's got a piece, and it all joins together. So the more that we are reaching out, the more that we are sharing and talking, and everything, the greater the strength is in our conviction for what's happening. Okay, so as always, be very, very gentle. Reach out to those of you of your network who you resonate with. Reach out to me. We can do this. It does feel like it's going to get messy. I have no idea what potential is going to play out at the moment, but know that the light, we are moving towards the light. We are not moving towards the dark, even though it can feel like that in the physical realm. We are not moving towards the dark. Okay, we are in our ascension process. We are moving forward, but we have to really see what has been happening on this world level to be able to move it, to shift it, to clear it, to really, we have to see it. We have to be seeing it, and that's what we're doing just now. Okay, so take it easy, be very gentle, sending you so much love. Reach out if I can help in any way, or if you just want to chat, or just going, I think I'm crazy, what's going on? It's we're all here to support each other. So really, sending you lots and lots of love, and connect with you soon. Bye.